Okay, let's get started. Hello, how are we all doing? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to go with the mini. Let's begin. Let's go with the it's in view. Many pieces that got me in after Chocolatier tried to get them. Not fair, actually. Brunei and Bhutan is in the Middle East. Scale. Take hit. Not do. Oh, milk does. Boy. And then, okay, 29 seconds, which is not bad. That was me being sloppy. Let's go to the instance. That's correct. House Hunter's bid offer. Hardly any. Few. Moana. X is going to be on it. Naomi Osaka's visor. Well, yeah, I was right. C. Pair of celebs is a couple. I don't know. Affection for many of Warvet is PTSD. Mary Oliver's close. Car enthusiasts informally. Hood nuts. Yiddish cries of dismay. Boys. Evil and glorious beret. Um, about the journey to Ararat in the Bible. Steve Harvey. Discus Elena Kagan. Les Miserables. Radar for the other trackers tool. Omnipresent. I'm guessing that these all start with the initials, like NO, no cap, mocap, and L cap, I guess. Um, and Spar, Dana, Air, Metalheads maybe, Gearheads, and then Pair of Slugs is an item. There we go, 113. Oh, weird. I'm surprised I didn't go recap because I feel like the recap is a much better thing than LCAP. I'm not sure about like what even LCAP is, but who am I to say? All right, let's go hit a Friday crossword. I'm hoping people can hear me, by the way. Leader in a robe called a sire. Or I think maybe Imam or Emir, because that feels right. Some multi offerings. IPAs, beers, sodas, milkshakes. Dragoon, coupling ring wedding bands, engagement rings. Come together, meet. One pairing gold is a co-winner. Co Ronnie's brother, I'm not sure. High tea treat is a stone. Mathematician Terrence wins winner of the 2002 Spiels Medal. Not sure. I think that's Ian, right? Manute Bowl. No, that's a football player. Key for getting out. Escape key. Stay temporary. One named pop star with Monkey Puzzle Records is maybe Sia. Mazel Tov. Nope. Uh, Advantageous. Good morning, Robotic. I should be relative, like the mic is aimed towards me, but maybe if I bring it up a little bit. Uh, I'll get this closer. I think part of it is that the mic itself is not in a good spot. Let me take a moment to fix that. I'm going to pause this. I'm fixing my mic. I'm moving my to a new location. Where it hopefully will be better. Sorry for all the noise. There we go. This is one thing that I'm not great at is figuring out how I sound. So thank you, Rabbit. That. And I should have this facing towards me with the light in the mic facing towards me. Ah, how does that sound? Aside from looking really loud there on the levels. All right, excellent. All right, let's get back into it. Okay, so advantageous, losing control emotionally in slang, drama club enthusiast, Italian heroes, submarine sandwich, grinder, bold, nervy maybe, entendre bleu. India, this is starting to be a little embarrassing. Focus of a concussion protocol. Reyes, maybe? NL East team on the. I'm going to go with New York. It's just a special, like a wild guess. Rococo, I think it's going to be right. You never remember if daylight savings or say it's like EST or EDT. Hoist, maybe raise. School units. Fish. Classes. Terms. In place. Hotspot. Stuff in shaker salt. Aw. Target of its search party is canned. Preserved. Works. I'm pretty sure that's not his. Word repeating before it gets the dynamite is rage. Names. Okay. Come together is probably not correct. Language quotient by, yeah, this is not going to be correct. This is Aramaic. I'm guessing this is llama. And then this is going to be labels. Place for a quick stop. Mini mart. Puzzle. Little maybe? Come together as band. Factor. That's good. I didn't really think of June. I didn't know that it was Aaron. Emil. This is Tom Tilly's there. Just keep hitting the wrong square here. That's going to be good. See. The line sounds. Latido, musically. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, A, B, C. Sports similar to Patent is going to be Bucky. Characters ethos. Sinner's director is Ryan Coogler. I'm spelling that correctly. Apogee is an acme, where a serviette is laid. Left. Hot Mond. I think this is probably incorrect, at least. And then S, this is going to be Sloan, maybe? Booty calls is a snot. That makes this Tau, and I'm not, that even does not look good. Um, this is Alveus. Some Baroque instruments are lutes. Grand Canyon Lookout, whose name suggests visitors' reaction. Not sure. Diamond wear. Baseball, a mitt? Metal tube in a metal dry. That's going to be a fuel. Jazz musician Jamal, neighbor Colorado, Wyoming, Nevada. I think Nevada. I think that works better here. Um, oh, Nebraska. I think maybe Nebraska because that I don't like that TV. The NB TV looks better. Mass unit grant. First filmmaker to receive the Order of Culture in Japan. For the Kurosawa. Like Kurosawa in that film. Okay, I make film, but if he did that, have samurai. Unprocessed inventory is a backlog. One might leave you unprotected at night. What kid-friendly games typically are? Unfun. Um, what big crowds do? Jostle. Bells, hues. Hang up. Something raised in a meeting. All right. We're going to get rid of these because I'm pretty sure that neither of them are correct. Uh, Julio Blank Chavez. Sure, Cesar from the looks of it. Possessive pronoun, mine, maybe. Cheerio to that. Snake rat. Neighbor of Arkansas would be Texas, Oklahoma. I'm gonna go Texas. I feel like Texas is right there. Something. Uh, something. Crashing out. Feeder geek. That's would have been. I'm not gonna lie, I had it incorrectly. Italian hero. Meatball sub. Parasol. Boy. Focus of a percussion. That's gonna be. What on earth is this? This is looking even worse. I think this is brass. Rated G. Or maybe something else. Gets the out is going to be. Take that out. Get that out. In place. Where it's at. Ah, so that's going to be so damn cute. That's what that is. That's wrong. That works. Um, possessive pronoun. Oh, so darn cute. There we go. This is going to be something point, which, good lord. There we go. Back up is hoist. Issue. Hang up is pitch, maybe? We'll work with Phillies. Maybe aha point. One square is a miss. Okay. Llama, amber ales, arid. So again, didn't feel right for Jejune. Booty calls, band, co-champion, Emil, scone. This is the one I was really struggling with. I don't know if this is correct or not. Lamella, I don't have no idea if that's correct or not. Escape, Lent, Sia. That is looking correct. Yam top. I feel like maybe ooh ah point. There we go. All right, 9:17, which for Friday is yeah. All right, let's go to the. All right, we're going to try to do this without actually looking at the clues first. So funky, probably fun. Let's see, fun and games. Okay, so we're probably adding something to this. I'm not sure what. What could be like one at grains is not going to be a word. Chems, maybe like we're changing one letter to two. Let's try down here. This might be city. Something smaller, maybe down first letter change. Okay, that works. Sad. Oh, don't. Yeah. Okay. Um, lowdown. Totem. A lot of threes that can pop upside down. Okay, let's go back again. Um, boards, cards, dice. Maybe they're things that are involved. Ganesh, maybe? Or no, it's Ganesh. Ganesh. It's not Gamash. What is a transition of games? Magus, man. Blah, 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 blah. All right. I tried. I got three of the clues in, then had to basically quit. Okay. Let's see. Games, deep fried fish, no. Games, blank, place that lay. Oh, that's going to be lay down, put down. Games something. Games. Hunger Games. Oh, I should have. All right. Hunger. Change one letter in hunger to get a pursuer can be hunter. Constellation name is the hunter's Orion. Onion probably is the next one. Uh, onion rings. Yeah, rings. To get part of an airplane is wings. Um, move the last letter of wings to the front. Swing. Swing set, set down. All right, there we go. Yay! And that just gets an O key. Duotrigordle. On to the next one. There it goes. Stair, my usual starting point. Climb, pound. Okay. Got some starters in here. We've got baton from the looks of it. Probably guys. No, it can't be guys because we have the eye in the third position already. Hoist or joist. I'm not going to try that one. Scary from the looks of it. It could be scarf. Let's hold off on that. We got O and an N plus a T and an E. Tenon. Can't be tenon. We already know the O's in the second position. So TO blank EN is token. That's the only thing that works there. Yeah. Blank for the next one. Not seeing anything else that's popping out up here. Other than that K is being annoying. Bleak. Shore. There we go. Let's see. Maybe that's a huge amount of things. Butte. Tasty. I think it can't be taste, obviously. Stash. Skimp. Can't be skimp. Let's hold off on that one. We have an L, R, D, and an A. Draw. I think it's the only thing that works there. Let's go down a little bit more. We have an A and an M plus an L. This is light. Light. Serve from the looks of it. Yep, there we go. Robot. And then steer. Okay. Let's go back up just really quickly, see if there's anything up here that we can try to get added in. So we now have scary. We can definitely say that. We have hoist. Definitely say that. We have wacky. No, because the K, we have a W. We don't have a C. The K's in the first or fourth position, probably the fourth. The W's in probably the first position, but that would seem to suggest wacky. And I'm not saying a C. I'll come back to that. For this one, we've got an I, two S's, a U, and an E, so issue. We still don't have the rest of this, so maybe gloss. We do have the two S's. Having the G would help. Gloss. And then gawky. I've not heard of this word before. I can understand it. Definitely not heard of it. This is DA blank ED, but the last letter has not been picked yet, so dazed, I think, is the only thing that works. And then skiff. And the rest of these should be pretty easy to put in. Tonal, rhyme, stand, vinyl, sleep, sleek. It's not sleek. It's the casement guest. Root havoc. Get that in there. Hefty. Yeah. Built. Let's see. CON with an A and a G. Conda. Lighter, maybe? River? It's not river because we already used we don't have a V in there. And there's no R in the third or first position, so it's not that. We have an M in there, so M somewhere in there. Mimer? Mixer. Okay, that's probably a little more sensible. Billy? Inlay. Okay, I think that just leaves two left. Slee. Is there a P in here and I just missed the? Oh, there is a P. Boy. All right, that's it. 36 out of 37. Pretty good. That's one under. Time for the minute cryptic. Or the minute cryptic, depending on how you want to phrase it. All right, let's play. Give metal to Jan's predecessor and make a speech. So that's decorate. DEC for January's predecessor, make a speech. Orate, so decorate. And one guess. Crossword. In Maine, so that's probably going to be ME. Accommodating company, CO. ME accommodating company is going to be, oh no, we have to put an in there as well. So it's in me accommodating CO is income. And then that's sort of the answer. Okay, that's quick. Good. Nerdle. I'll play nerd. Okay, so 12 plus 35 equals 47. It's my version of stare for this game. So equals is in the right spot. We do have a plus sign there somewhere. We also have a 2, 5, and 7, and it's a two-digit number. So I'm guessing that there is a plus and maybe a times in here. 5 times 7 would be 35. But we'd have to also have a 2 in there somehow. So maybe 2 times 7 is going to give us 14. Plus 1 gives us 25. I don't like that because it doesn't really use everything. Let's go 5 times 7 is 35. Again, we're not using, I think, the 2 in this case. Actually, that would give us 42. Let's try this for now just to get us moving forward. Okay, so a lot of this is correct. Times 7 plus and equals, but then the 7 is going to go not here, not here. It's going to go here. 5 is going to go somewhere in these last two, probably the latter. Although if this is 8, yeah, let's try 8. 8 times 7 plus 2 equals 58. There we go. Yay! Okay, so that was 3 guesses. Google Feudal. And tomatoes taste like shit. Well, ass is 3 letters, so it's not going to be that. Tomatoes taste like iron. I want something that's going to give me a few more letters because I don't have any letters so far. Reach, play it like an actual word. So, fish. There we go. Do tomatoes taste like fish to anyone? I've never heard that before. Wiki game. History of Korea, classical Greece. Okay, so classical Greece. I mean, I feel like this should be relatively easy to hook up because we're talking about two things that relate to history. But I also know classic Greece there wasn't really a whole lot of involvement between classic Greece and Korea, which kind of suggests to me like maybe that's not going to be as easy as I think it is. Um, I'm wondering if architecture might help. Oh, you know what? Let's go British Museum because British Museum is going to have a section on classic Greece because they still. All right. Let's see. Looking for classical Greece. Let's look for Greece. Mm, Probably could just click on Greece and then get to classical Greece that way, but I kind of want to see if I'm missing anything. I'm just going to make sure that I've gone through each of these. Okay, so I've not found anything for classical Greece, but let's go ahead and click on. I feel like I should have had some come up here. Because the 1500s is not going to do well. Or am I just, let's go all the way back up. Because I think I'm mistaking. I think I thought I came around, but I didn't. Okay, antiquities. So this is going to give me ancient Greece. And then I want classic. That link to classic Greece. There we go. Free. Yeah, it's such a weird, like, I understand the whole cilantro tastes like soap thing to people. It does not taste like soap to me. I love cilantro. But it's such a weird connection. Like, if your tomatoes taste like fish, then yeah, I don't think that those are tomatoes. Which is a higher percentage of people who are Catholic? Windsor Population Center in Ontario or Victoria Population Center in BC? I want to say that if you're near the ocean, like more coastal areas, I think are probably more religious. And I was right. Okay. Higher percentage of people who commute by transit. Neither of these are going to be very big, I think. We don't have any really major cities in either one of these, but we do have a lot of different smaller towns. So I think the fact that these are all smaller towns and there's only one really town here is means Michigan. I was wrong there too. Yay! Which swung less towards Republican from 2008 to 2012? Phoenix, Mesa, Scottsdale, or College Station, Byron? I'm going to go with my currently where I live. Yeah. All right. It has gotten very fairly democratic within Phoenix and Mesa. Not Scottsdale, but Phoenix and Mesa. Which is a higher percentage of workers employed as firefighting and prevention and other protective service workers, including supervisors. The Norfolk, Portsmouth, Newport News, Virginia Media Market, or the Fargo Valley City, North Dakota Media Market. All right. So a lot of oil industry up here. This is more maritime industry. I'm going to go with the North Dakota one. And I was wrong there too. I am just whiffing on all of these. Higher percentage of people with COPD, either Washington City, District of Columbia, or Nashville, Davidson. Um, it's not a tough call. I'm just going to go Nashville. 2 out of 5. Holy, how did I whiff these? So big difference between these two. Like that is huge. This was much more commuter transit friendly. Neither of them a lot, but and then yeah, just whiffed big time. So 2 out of 5. All right, Colonel, play. First human heart transplant was performed. That was the Jarvik, I think. No, that was the first artificial heart. The first human heart transplant would have been 80s maybe. London Eye observation wheel opened. That was relatively recent. Candy Crush Saga was released. That's also recent. First Thanksgiving was celebrated was I think 1600s. I mean, it's not the official first celebration like as a national holiday, but the first Thanksgiving was like 1600s, I think. World of Warcraft was launched sometime in the early 2000s, if not even 1998. First Wurzel Pretzels opened was probably 1930s. So if I had to put these in order, which I do, that's the whole point of the puzzle. I'm going to go Thanksgiving, Wurzel, First Human Heart, World of Warcraft, and then London Eye, and then Candy Crush. Okay, how embarrassing. Let's swap Wurzels and Human and World of Warcraft and London Eye. There we go. All right. First Thanksgiving, 1621. First human heart transplants, 1967. I'm surprised it's that far ago. Wurzels, I'm surprised it's that new, 1993. London Eye was opened in 2000. 2004 for World of Warcraft, 2012 for Candy Crush. I found London Eye for some reason was much more recent. I'm wondering but it was part of the millennium, wasn't it? It was part of it's the fact that the last 26 years just all blend together for me. It's just a bad sign. Tradle, tradle. I made you out of economic data. All right, refined petroleum, raw aluminum, like a lot of aluminum, some ammonia, gas turbines, jewelry, cars. This feels to me like this might be Africa. Well, we do have cheese in here, glass fibers, precious metal watches. I am going to pick, just because I need to pick something to get started, Chad, and see how far off I am. All right. Not that far off. I'm like 82% of the way there, 3,510 kilometers, which, as you may know from yesterday, is not very helpful for me because I do not understand distances on a globe. So, Greece. Okay, so went up to Greece like that and down from Greece towards that. So let's try Yemen. Yemen's much closer. We're about 1,000. Is that Iraq? That would be there. Okay, Kuwait. Oh, for Pete's sakes. All right, Bahrain. Hey, there we go. We finally. Okay, six guesses, but at least I can travel. Papua New Guinea to Nepal. That is going to be tough. Papua New Guinea is on the same island as Indonesia, if I remember correctly. Is that, or is it Malaysia? Indonesia, I think, is on the same. Yeah, 'cause Indonesia is also on the same, like it borders Timor Leste. I think if I want to go Papua New Guinea to somewhere, I have to go through Malaysia. Maybe I meant to say Malaysia. There we go. So up through Malaysia, we want to get to Nepal. So I think we're going to go through India, maybe Bangladesh. I think we have to try Thailand. So that's good. And I think we can go straight from Thailand through India to Nepal. We could also go through China. I think China is actually going to touch both of those. No, no. That's me and suddenly whiffing big time. Cambodia, I forgot about Cambodia. No, Bhutan. Bhutan's in the is in between here. It's over here. What am I forgetting that's there? We've got Indonesia, Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar. Wow, that was way over. I took nine guesses. Sort of solution was five. That is I'm embarrassed. Four over. Morning, Dad. All right, on to the Geoguesser Daily Challenge. I have to actually, I don't have a link there. Probably put one in. Let's do this. There we go. All right, so Geoguesser. That's my lovely image, as you can see. Incredibly lifelike, right? All right, so we're going to start off with public score. Nice little fountain there. That looks nice. Let's look down here, see what we got. La Casa Conectada. We're driving on the right. Area. I feel like Italy. I mean, part of me wants to say Spain. Corrido, no parking, I think is what that says. No, this is Spanish language. Do I see anything on here that would help? The Bertingo. Anyone know where the Bertingo is a common car? Oh, wait, we got some signage here. Actual signage, which I just went past. Okay, Santa Cecilia Hotel, Municipal Theater de Chiana, Hotel Ciudad Rio. It doesn't really help me on the city, I don't think. Again, I feel like I'm in Spain proper. Yeah, especially because we got a euro. There's a euro jackpot, so we've got to be in Europe. I am at 49 seconds left, so I do have to make a decision soon. But aside from being in Spain, I really don't see anything that's going to help me identify the actual city. All right, so let's get over to Spain. We're gonna get in there. We're gonna go to let's go to Zaragoza. We never go to Zaragoza anymore. Let's go there. All right, 245 miles away. The stop sign font for Spanish uses a distinctly small typeface for stop. Good to know. Had I gone to Madrid, I would have been much more accurate. Um, oh, for Pete's sakes, that was the name of the city. That was the name on the. Oh man! Good morning, Momo. I didn't. Real City. I should have picked up on that and just looked for that. Would have not that I would have found. All right. At least I got Spain. I'm gonna take advantage. I'm gonna be proud of that. We got Pulsar Central, which feels to me Swedish or Norwegian. Bingo. I feel like I should know where that's a gas station at this point. We do have a road sign, I think, indicating some placement. Duved's Station. I'm not sure where that is though. With gas station there. Let's go this way. Get something here. Uh, Ski drum storage. Of course, it clearly must be where you keep your skis and drums, right? Right. Farhirda, Almo Park. I feel like this has got to be sweet. As with many of these things, I feel like the experienced geoguessers would have already like figured out something on here. I am glad with the daily challenge that they actually give you like this is how you might have been able to tell. So, for example, like the smaller font used on stop signs in Spain. So you spend less time actually going around looking for. Okay, so that is our sports center, which I think is the name of a Swedish or Norwegian town, but I do not remember which. And I'm thinking Almo, which I saw earlier, I think is more of a Swedish spelling. There we go. There's R. Okay. So we're looking for this RE Sports Center, which is pretty far from where we started. But if I can find the Sports Center, I'll be pretty damn happy. But we are really like sinking down into the itty bitties. It also probably would. Alamo Park, that's something that we saw earlier, right? I think this is probably about as close as I'm going to get. 4.9 miles I could have done. That having been said, I'm pretty. Oh yeah, we've got R over here as well. Look at that. All right, I'm pretty happy with that though. I feel like that was a pretty good reasoning out. All right, where are we? Got a little street sign here, Soweto Road. So we're probably in South Africa, right? No, we're in Uganda. We're in Uganda because of the UG. Okay, we're on Soweto Road in Uganda. We're missing the intermediate city, International University of East Africa. Let's go take a look at Uganda and see if we can actually find it. 'Cause Uganda's, I mean, it's not small, but we might be able to go to Kampala and actually find that university. I think this is the level we want to be at. We need these signs. So there's Kampala University. Looking for others. International School, St. Mark's College, Nala High School, National Paramedics Institute. And of course, it might not be Kabbalah. It might not be Kampala that we're in. It would be great if we were, but I'm not holding out hope. It's like looking for a needle in Uganda. Where are you? Really gotta get better about like figuring out ways to look for things. So I don't feel like I'm great at that. I'm just taking a quick look around, seeing if it is gonna pop out at me. Sorry, that was lovely. All right, we're gonna run out of time here soon. So one last quick look, and then we're just gonna pick Kampala. Oh, it's 6 miles away. That's not too bad. Street View in Kampala has a white Google car with rectangular side mirrors. Okay, that would have been a good confirmation of that, but I'm pretty happy with how we got there. We've been doing that badly. All right, so Fence Towers, Spanish-speaking areas. We've got palm trees, suggesting we might be probably in the Caribbean or Central America. Some A lot of priority given to one-story houses, and then holy cow, that's desolate. Anything with the Google car itself that might be helpful. I'm not seeing anything at the end of the road. I'm not seeing any signage anywhere. We have some saints on the houses. That definitely is pointing to a Catholic influence. Really run down area. It looks like they may have experienced a lot of damage. So I'm thinking, like, I think a lot of the Central American countries, I think especially like Costa Rica, dealt with hurricanes, but I could be wrong. No, this is CenMex. All right, so I think we're in central Mexico. That is a wild guess from that one poll. But that would put it about here. I don't think we're looking at, I don't think we're looking at Mexico City itself. I feel like we're out in the suburban area, so to speak. But I'm not sure really what central Mexico would be defined as. 'Cause this to me would be central Mexico. I don't feel like I'm looking at anywhere near the coast. So let's go Durant. All right, Yucatan Peninsula. Would have been helpful. All right, not great. I'm stunned that I could be in the right country and that far. We are in the middle of nowhere. We've got a Arlusa Road and a Long Ridge Road, which feels to me like English names. We've got more signs over here. So Balfour and Lumsden. This is the UK, is it not? Or is this Ireland? So Balfour might be Ireland. Where's Balfour? Balfour, where are you? Come here, boy. Come here. I'm probably just going to go right by it too. Let's try over here because I am just sort of guessing that it's Ireland, but I want to make sure that I'm actually looking through here as well. Go away. Too. Let's. Where is Balfour? Come on, Balfour. And I might not be able to see it at this level either. That's one of the things about zooming in is that you're not going to see every city. I also should remember Lumsden is nearby too. So between Balfour and Lumsden, I will take either city. Not finding city. Let's go back to Ireland. Start at the south and just work our way up. I would say Balfour feels to me like it might be Irish, but Lumsden does not feel like it's Irish. Lumsden does feel like a UK town. Mm. Watch me just be completely wrong. It's like Australia, or worse, it's like the New Zealand, which is why I'm not fine. That's Wales. We'd be down here. I think I just have to pick something. And I said, oh man, wooden fences with large gaps between posts are common on the South Island and in Taranaki. Silver medal, and I think if I had not whiffed that last one, good morning, Justin Animates. I feel like I came very close to getting a goal, and I really whiffed it on that one. All right, let's close that. We're gonna go to Time Guesser next. Time Guesser with no last E, so if you want to go try that yourself, we're gonna do daily mode. All right, so this looks to me like we're in London during the Blitz. So let's go 1940. When was that? 1941? No, it was 3040, was it? Is it embarrassing I don't know when the London Blitz was? The answer is yes. I'm just going to pick here because I don't really have any other framework. 1 year off, okay. Rotation wasn't too bad. Birmingham, 1 month after Great Britain entered World War II. I'm wondering if there's a way for me to get Birmingham from this. Like, I don't really see how you might have known that that was Birmingham. All right. So we've got some stuff back here. We've got references to Charleston, New York, Boston, Providence, Clyde Steamship Company, um, Bay Street. I think we are in, I don't know, ostrich drawn carriage. This is looking to me like it's 1910s. Clyde Steamship Company between Jackson. Like, do you think we're looking at a coastal city? We specifically mentioned Boston and Providence as cities, and then New York and Charleston as well, cities as well. Okay, never mind. I'm not sure where I was going on that. The thing is, Charleston's pretty far down, right? It's right here. So that would suggest to me that we're actually somewhere like if this is one of the cities that we're getting to, and these are the other cities, we are probably somewhere up in this area. So I'm going to say Norfolk, and I'm going to say 1910s, and we're going to see how badly I just did. Okay, why this wasn't just driving. 7 years off. I'll take that. Trotting ostrich, famously known as Oliver W., at the Florida Ostrich Farm in Jacksonville. Ostrich racing was one of the region's more unusual tourist spectacles in the early 20th century, and Oliver W. became the farm's star attraction. So pretty close to the area, not as close as I would like. And I had the right reasoning for where it was. Just I didn't really put it. Jacksonville. I should have put Jack. I should have remembered that Jacksonville is on the coast. I was thinking Jackson, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, but Jacksonville would have been a great coastal choice. Okay. Uh, okay. Is a cult. And they need. I'm not sure what the language here is. I mean, I'm sure what the language is. I'm not sure what some of the words are. I can recognize Spanish. ENC1. No new agenda of corruption. Seeing all the Fuentes, a lot of kids. Like this is a very young crowd. There's signs over here in the background. There's a flag over here in the background that should help me out here, and yet it doesn't because I'm ignorant. What flag is that? I should know that. Okay. Looking at what people are wearing, nobody has a cell phone, so this is pre 2000, but it does look relatively recent. So I'm going to say this is the 1990s. Good lord. Dude, you don't need that much water, okay? That is way too much water for you. I am going to say this is a wild guess. I think the E here might be a reference to the first letter of the country. And the question is this Ecuador or is this El Salvador? Or is it neither? And I'm just completely stupid. Um, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Quito and I'm going to select 1997. 19 years off. Holy cow. And way off. It was actually down here. Resignation of Paraguay Education Minister Marta Lafuente outside their school in Asuncion, holding a sign that reads, corruption is not on our agenda, which I did a horrible job of translating. Um, okay, well, I suck. And then the Paraguay flag, I'm just going to actually look that up. So I feel like that's how I should have gotten it. Flag of Paraguay, look at that. Um, is not even remotely what I saw, was it? No, this is upside down from what I saw. Okay, okay, so Rockning Forbuden. So this is suggesting Sweden or Norway, or some very old-timey looking people. I think this is the 1930s, judging from the fashion. But beyond that, I really don't have any sort of framework for this. So let's just go Stockholm, and we'll go 1931. 42, it was Sweden, not Copenhagen. All right, yeah, horribly. That wasn't that far off of the location, was it? Wasn't great, but and I should really know this one. This is a very scratched up picture. I don't feel like I know this flag though. I don't feel like I've seen this. I don't think it's a recent flag or it's still in use. Either that or it's this relatively small area. Like instead of a country flag, I think it might be like a state flag. Like each region of Puerto Rico, each state of Mexico, every basically flags all. So if I'm going by the fashion styles, this to me is screaming 1960s, 1970s, maybe 1962. Pretty large bazaar, but we do have somebody who's got like a fez on, which is kind of interesting. Some mountains in the background. Doesn't feel to me like it's Northern Africa. But the fez is screaming to me, like it's screaming that this should be like Morocco, because that's where fez is. That's a stupid reason, I know. We'll go fez. We'll go 19. What did I say? 19. Let's go 1967. 2 years off. Okay, pretty close on that. But then it was actually in the bazaar district of Sarajevo, which Sarajevo flag. Let's go take a look at that. So that's the current flag of Sarajevo. I don't think I would have. The flag apparently wasn't going to give it to me. So yay! Final score. Let's see how that did. 30,742. Now this is that is my lowest so far. How embarrassing. Um, now tap. This is I came to Florence, Italy. Florence is like up here, isn't it? Nope, northern Italy. Riga, Latvia. So Latvia's the closest to Poland. Like this is Ethiopia, this is Latvia, this is yeah, I mean this is Lithuania, this is Latvia. I think is that the order that it goes in? And Riga, I think is coastal. 17 kilometers away, score of 100. I'll take that. Closest I can to Luxembourg. I think it's right here. Eldoret, Kenya. So Kenya is going to be here. No idea where Eldoret is in terms of the country. This is Somalia. Again, this is, I think, Kenya. 7 or 4 kilometers. I don't really feel like that is a good guess. Yaoundé, Yaoundé, Cameroon. So Cameroon, if I remember right, is here. Something like that. All right, 936 and 3 achievements unlocked. Where's your guess are normal? Let's go. Space stop, astronaut encounter, gateway, the spaceport. So this is Houston, right? At the Johnson Space Center. I've been watching a lot of For All Mankind lately. We're on season 3. It's been going pretty well. Can't complain. Um, is it Houston proper that the space station is in, or the space center is in? Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Or should I be looking at Florida? I think I might be. I think I should be looking at Florida. One more out. Fort St. John. Yeah, this I should be over in Florida. I think this is it over here, right? Yep, there's Cape Canaveral. There is our space station or our space center. And then we want the like a little tiny circle here. There we go. Kennedy Space Center, 329, 328. So this is one where the higher the number, the better. Treasure guesser, expert. Find this point. All right, so we're in Korea. Beyond that, I really don't have much to go by. So let's go head over to Korea. Is there some small thing in the middle of nowhere, for lack of a better description? I can see a major road here. Okay, now we're looking at a city. All right, let's pull out a little bit. Let's go up here because I think this is more of the of Seoul. Uh, Trying to compare the major highways here to try to find where we are specifically. Okay, this is good. We got a river here. So it's this little area down here and this spot here. Well, I think it might be my best in a while. Namsan Tower in Korea. That's 340 I had left. Marizoa. Going to the zoo, giant panda. Elateria, so not even remotely close. Let's go Earthworm. We found a whole, like, this is a similar thing that we went down the other day. Okay, winged instruments. Good. Let's go horsefly. Okay, we're getting closer. Horsefly. Let's go. Okay, let's go bumblebee. No, a single pair of wings. Fruit fly. Mayfly. Now I feel like I'm just guessing at what fly this is going to be. Although mayfly was pretty far off. Firefly. Mint. Mosquito. Let's go mosquito. Figure out what mosquito is. There we go. All right. That was 10 guesses, I think. Or 10 guesses remaining. I forget how I do that one. Once upon a time, you dressed so fine. Is it Mickey? Not in here, so. Through the bums of dime in your prime, didn't you? People call, say, beware, doll, you're bound to fall. You thought they were all a kid in you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. No idea. Like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan. Thank you, Lyrical. All right, we're in the middle of the woods. We're in the middle of nowhere. No real idea where we might be. So I'm just going to pick a random movie that feels like it's not in America. Oh, this is the Great Muppet Movie. There we go. So that is definitely Kermit the Frog. That is Doc Hopper, who is trying to uh, have Kermit be the title, be the logo for a Frog Legs shoe. So that's lovely. Santa Sid and Earl. Close all this. Well, thank you, Momo. Thank you for saying something too. I was beginning to think everyone had gone. Yeah, it is a solvable crossword. This is completely solvable. There were a set of clues that came with it. Um, this is a New York Times crossword. It actually has a Will Schwartz quote on it. With a crossword, we're challenging ourselves to create order out of chaos. But yeah, that is intended to be a solvable crossword. All right, let's go with the original. All right, directed by Danny Boyle or Celine Song or Alfonso Cuarón, or is that it? Yeah, that's it. For actors, we got George Clooney, Seth Rogen, Chris Evans, Sandra Bullock, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Rose Byrne, Pedro Pascal, Ray Fine. We have with Zac Efron, our neighbors, our astronauts are in a zombie horror. So, Danny Boyle, zombie horror. Well, we also have are romantically involved with the same person, so that's the other one that's missing. Sandra Bullock, George Clooney, our astronauts, and Alfonso Cuarón. That is Gravity. So let's move you there. Okay, Gravity, good. You're in a zombie horror. I mean, I know my zombie horror, and none of these feel like people who are in a zombie horror. I think Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne are neighbors with Zac Efron. That is going to be the neighbors, I think it's called. Yeah, neighbors. So here we've got two and two of each. Chris Evans and Ray Fine and Pedro Pascal and Aaron Taylor Johnson. One is going to be directed by Danny Boyle, one is going to be directed by Celine Song. In one, they are in a zombie horror movie. The other, they're romantically involved with the same person. Let's swap these two. That was not the two I should have swapped. There we go. Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal are romantically involved with the same person, directed by Celine Song. I do not know that one. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ray Fine. That's got to be one of the more recent. That's 28 years later, I think, right? I've not seen either of the 28 years later. Materialists. I've not seen that movie either. Okay, so we got a fifth movie in here somewhere. Given that the zombie horror one was difficult to come up with, I don't think that's going to be our connection. I don't think any of them were also astronauts, so I feel like it's going to be romantically involved with the same person. That to me suggests that we're looking at Aaron Taylor Johnson and George Clooney, maybe. It's not going to be Sandra Bullock. I don't think that there was one with Sandra Bullock and Ruth Byrne. Let's try Seth Rogen here. Let's try George Clooney here. Okay, so it's this one. Rose Byrne, Chris Evans are astronauts. I'm guessing directed by Danny Boyle. Sunshine. I've not seen that movie. Okay, cool. But at least I got it. I got five. I got that with five left. I'll take that. Got that in two, and yeah. Let's go to the reverse. Gangs of New York, Silence, Superbad, Eddington, Ferrari, Cruella, Black Klansman, Begonia, House of Gucci, Rio, The Idea of You, My Left Foot, The Devil Wears Prada, Phantom Thread, There Will Be Blood, and Interstellar. Okay, so My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood wrote Daniel Day-Lewis. I think he was also in the Gangs of New York, and I think he was in Phantom. So let's first of all put that together. Okay, so there's Daniel Day-Lewis. Emma Stone was in Cruella. She was also in Begonia. I don't recognize anything else that she was in, and I don't know what the connection is between Rio, Idea of You, and Interstellar. Um, John Washington, I think his name. It was in Black Klansman, but I don't recognize any of the other films. Oh, it was such a horrible film. So I don't believe Emma Stone was in any of the bottom ones. So I feel like I'm looking for Oh, I know what the. Okay, so House of Gucci, Cruella, and Devil Wears Prada. Basically, these are all fashion designers. Okay, good. So this one is Emma Stone. This has got to be the Devil Wears Anne Hathaway. Okay, I forgot that she was in Interstellar. I feel like Superbad is the one with Emma Stone in it. Okay, and apparently Eddington. So this one was Ferrari, Adam Driver. It's got to be Adam Driver. Adam Driver, Emma Stone, work in fashion. Cool. Yeah. 8 swaps left. That is actually a lot of swaps for a change. Let's go movie to movie. Ghost in the Darkness and Return to Silent Hill. So the obvious ones in this are Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer. That's pretty easy to come up with. Just looking through the other minor celebrities in there, nothing really jumps out at me other than Emily Mortimer. That having been said, I don't think I can tell you a single movie that Emily Mortimer's been in. This is going to be more difficult because there's nobody in this that I feel like I would know. There could be somebody who's on this list that was on the other list, and I wouldn't be able to tell you. Okay. So I think what's going to have to happen here is I'm going to have to pick somebody and then hope that Michael Douglas or Val Kilmer was in a movie. They were in a movie with one of those two, and I'll recognize it. So that I get this. Tom Wilkinson was the other one, and Emily Mortimer. Okay, so those are the four that I think I'm going to need. Let's go at Hannah. Dark Nature, Danger Next Door, My Father's Other Family, Dark Phoenix. A lot of people in Dark Phoenix. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any of those four people. Takes like a Jigsaw is such a horrible movie. Frozen Marvel. Oh, that's it. That's all the movies. Okay, so we're gonna go Dark Phoenix because Dark Phoenix is gonna get me to a lot of other people. Let's doing a quick check to make sure that I'm not missing something in here that I should catch. Okay, so to get to Val Kilmer or Michael Douglas. So Michael Douglas was in the Ant-Man films. Val Kilmer was in the Top Gun and Top Gun remake. Nicholas Hoult or James McAvoy, I think, would be my best bet to get to one of those. Jennifer Lawrence has been in a ton of stuff too. I feel like that there's got to be some way to connect Jennifer Lawrence to one of those two. Right. Let's go. Let's go Jennifer Lawrence. Okay. Don't look up as a ton of people in it, but I don't think anybody that we're actually looking for. Like Barl Robin. Not coming up with anything so far. American Hustle has been there were a lot of people in that, but nobody I can think of that would help me jump. X-Men First Class also feels like it could be a good jumping point. That's got Oliver Platt in a minor role. And it's Garden Party, Poker House. Okay, so yeah, oh, really looking there. I'm gonna go Silver Linings Playbook, and maybe somebody in that was. more mm, out there than I'm thinking. Uh, um, I'm sure that there were the two out there, but I'm just not going to with it. Bradley Cooper. Okay. Bradley Cooper's Endgame. Michael Douglas does appear in that near the end, and then Ghost. Those words. Four. As far as possible was Beyond the Reach to Jeremy Irvine. Never heard of this movie, and again, never heard of that guy. All right, but four. Seems like it. Real bird, fake bird. Thank you, Mama. Steinway and Sons. Are these real manufacturers? Piano manufacturers. That's real. Bosendorfer. That's real. Fazioli. That's not. No, I guess not. That's going to be fake. That's, I think, fake. Hilstein, I think, is real. Blunt. Okay. 4 out of 7. This is not something I'm good at, apparently. Reject all. This is one where I will throw this out to the chat. If you would like to suggest a word for me to try, feel free. And something, compare blank or blank. There's a blank of blank, blank, blank. So this looks like a book title. I want to say that that would be an introduction, but it's not. It's also not overview. It does have to start with a vowel sound. That's going to be a year. So that's a bad thing to try to guess. 7 and 14. 69 here did not work for me. This is interesting. 553, please. But then we get 4, 4, and 6, 4. All right, continuing to look through possible headers. Nothing's really jumping out. All right, let's start guessing some words here. An 8. This feels to me like this is an alternate spelling. Maybe this is the British spelling. I don't think that's going to be New York. That would be nice if it was. Let's go new. All right, 8 news in here. That is going to be new. Railway company? Railroad company? Company pops up twice. History. Yeah, I'll go with that. History and popularization, whatever that word might be. Let's go first. Okay. Something at the 6-3 in again another year. Unveiled, revealed. First, let's go analog. No, 1900s, 2000s, internet. Well, internet pops up once. Yeah, probably wouldn't help it. But I'll go with invents. Let's go with his. Intercom? No, I don't know why I guess that. All right. Public. Okay, and public preferred manual. Okay. Since deduction. Methods. East, west. CF, SP, system, like that. System does pop up a lot. This, it looks like it might be more medical. I mean, I was thinking that this is like a digestive or nervous system or circulatory, but apparently not. Transportation. Let me try that again with the correct spelling. Let's go with uses. I guess use is considered common. Preferred. Little, little possible lot. 2, 10. Centimeter. No, awful. 8 is an 8 of 3, 4, 6. At least one. Let's go with commercial and industrial. Um, Maybe. Prefix. All right. Word. Then. And then. Let's go fitness. I see home from Momo. Combining. Combines the Latin root meaning. Great. Sounds felt like a wild shot. Suffix. I like that with the suffix ology. Onomy. Philosopher. I am just riffing big time. This is lengthy. I mean, it's got 710, which I think is defining an occupation, then 655 for a person. Yeah, true. Um, Ilia? Ergo. It's going to be a Latin root for, which means five. And it was already in there. Small something are, I want that to be made, but I think I've already done the arrow. I like the arrow. Let's go Europe, Americas, Asia, Africa. Man, just lost on this. Good lord. Aqua? Oh my God. Okay. It's aqua, meaning water. And aquifer, aqua. It's ridiculous. I have the correct part of the word and I still can't get it. So, probably spelling that wrong. Okay. Oh, an aquarium, plural, aquariums or aquarius, a vivarium of any size having at least one plant per its side in which aquatic plants or animals are displayed. Philip Henry Goss by English naturalist, term aquarium. Okay, that would have been helpful to figure out. All right. Well, that was embarrassing, but did it. Yeah. Bracket City. On to this one. All right. Special serial letters is K. A rough one still needs editing as a draft. Dapper blank Radcliffe is going to be Dingham. MM is ton. No. Word after draft or tooth. That's good toothpick. Knit. Man whose kryptonite is kryptonite. 2,000 pounds of fun. Fun. Superman. Super. Check blank engine. Famously, red engine is a fire engine. Fuel for the fire is gas, wood, not. That was rough. I don't know why, but that was really rough. It didn't feel very precise on the clue. Cascadal. Okay, we're going to go with nth and O because I like those. And then TE. Okay. Yay. Oh, that was quick. All right. T and O are correct, but we don't have anything else in there. So it's tor? No. Toil. Told. There we go. Let's see. We've got L, O, T, and A, but nothing in the right position. So aloft, bloat, bloat. There we go. All right. So we've got an A and an L in the first and second and fourth position. We also have an O, T, and an A. Harlot. All right. So AR in the correct position. We also have an H, O, T, and G. That's going to be Warhol. All right. 45. 45 tiles to get all the words. Yay. I'm going to skip it, man. I guess I did that yesterday because it does take a while. It's a long one. Food guesser. Pork, beef, lamb, potatoes, onions, carrots, garlic, leek, white wine, juniper berries, thyme, bay leaves, salt, pepper, and olive oil. This dish is a hearty, slow-cooked casserole featuring a mixture of marinated meats, typically pork, beef, and lamb, layered with potatoes, onions, and leeks. Flavored with herbs like thyme and bay leaves, it's traditionally baked in a sealed ceramic pot with white wine to create a rich, aromatic broth. The long cooking time results in tender meat and a delightful melting of flavors. I think this is a tagine, so I'm going to go to Tunisia. Or no, Morocco. Start with there. Okay. Let's move up to Greece, given the direction. Warm. Okay. Um, yeah, let's go Tunisia. It's six. Um, it's called a Beckhoff. Germany? It's not going to be Germany because that's, I think, too far. Borders. Okay. Austria? Not guessed. Alsatian dish from the northeastern region of France. Hmm. Okay, well, France, I guess. That's rough. That was very rough. All right, that's rough. Land, salt, black pepper, onion, yogurt, olive oil, red pepper flakes, garlic, flatbread, tomato, green pepper, and sumac. This dish features marinated lamb skewered horizontally, traditionally cooked over an open wood fire. The meat is seasoned with a blend of herbs and spices, offering a savory and smoky flavor. Thin slices are cut and served on skewers, often accompanied by flatbread and fresh vegetables. This method of preparation highlights the tender, juicy qualities of the meat, making it a beloved culinary experience. Greece, this is a hero. Are you kidding me? Turkey? Pig kababi, traditional Turkish dish. And honestly, the way they described it, I would have said hero and heart. Missona chinensis herb, water, starch, sugar, syrup, milk, tapioca, pearls, and fruit. This dish was a refreshing dessert made from the leaves of the Missona chinensis plant. It features a cool jelly-like texture and a slightly bitter taste, often enjoyed in sweet drinks and desserts. Not unless syrup filled, this dish paired well with sugar syrup, fruit, or milk. Its dark, translucent appearance and unique flavor makes it a popular treat, especially in warm weather. So, given the fact that it's especially enjoyed in warm weather, and I don't recognize the herb's name at all, I'm going to say Malaysia and then just go from there. Actually, let's go Indonesia. Yeah. Also, although look at how many countries would have been considered correct. Pretty much anywhere in that part of the world, I would have nailed it. So can't be that happy with it. 12,095, which surprisingly is still a better score than I got yesterday. So there were a whole bunch of new ones that I tried yesterday. I think Crossword might have been one of the few that I liked. Um, let's see. Beret, we know that this is a B and an R, and that's got to be a T. So I think birth is the only thing that really works here. Okay. Now that means that this is an R or a T, and this is an R, T, or B. I'm guessing R and T. Actually, no, T and R. Because tower would work here, except no, because we can't use the E. Roast? No, because that's actually in the right position at the bottom. So this is a T. It's not Tabor. Maybe a Y? It's not thumb. Great. It's not rehab. Throb? It's not going to be throb. I mean, Tudor is a possibility, but I didn't think that was a word. Oh, what do you know? Okay. So that's going to leave either T or R there. So it has to be R. We've used every vowel except for A and Y. So that suggests to me like an A and a Y there. Or how about scary? There we go. All right, yay. Did that one. There were a few here that I really liked. We've done through Guesser. Which year was kind of rough. One of the two which years were really rough. This one wasn't too bad. This looks like it's in the 1800s. I'm going to go ahead and guess, or reveal this digit. One. Okay, so I'm going to say 1913. 1912, 1 year off. I'll take it. This is looking much more recent. Uh, we've got five total. I'm going to try to guess this one without 2018. This, I'm going to guess that one. So this is in the 1900s. For 1941. 1937, not that far off. I figured if it's women going to work, usually that was the result of a lot of men going off to fight. So I know it sounds horrible to say. We'll go ahead and reveal the last digit here. Okay, I'm going to go 19. Let's go 2009, 1989. Um, I may as well reveal my last digit, which is definitely going to be a one. So 1958, 1964, not that far off. All right, that's me. Global score distribution. I'm on the bad side of it. All right. I think that's going to do it for the dailies. I'm now going to move on to doing a Saturday Downs. Go ahead and close these ones. I'm going to go grab the window that has this in it. There we go. All right. I should probably make a note as to when this is. So 149.24. So I kind of want to separate out the grids, and I do not have anything to write with. Brilliant. Brilliant. Smart. Let's go ahead and say 149. Let's go, we'll go 150. And continue. Okay. Repress with up. Button up. Moving on. Gets to the point is tapers. Pulse the planets for one. It's not an opera. I think it's an etude. No need to worry informally. With seven down, disliking or at least feeling indifferent about it. Bad five. Taste at a winery. Waste at a winery is less sumptuous. Groups involved in class actions for sure. Let's go PTAs. Technica. This is Ars Technica. Bided one time. Bided one's time. Is lingered. Um, I don't think it. Yeah, let's go third. Let's get some guesses in here. Bit of deception is faint is chicanery. Investment banker Samuel. Descriptor for a superhero. Heroic. It's not going to be that because hero's in the clue. Period immediately following Y2K. Would you look at that? Composer of many Streisand show tunes. Model turn TV personality. Chrissy, that's going to be Tegan, isn't it? Six figures, say. Friends cast. Hybrid Zero. Um, Liger. Wackadoodle. Who said the greatest scientists are artists as well? That feels like an Einstein quote. Uh-uh. No, something. Dead cover is a sheet. Actually, let's go duvet, because I think that that's going to be no siree. Dark Lord of Mordor, Sauron, is just under a foot. Insult. Passage that connects stories. Segues. To sleep. Bored. Hassenpfeffer is a stew. Blank bar. Dive bar. They're ahead of their time. Leets is Nini. What of it? Okay. This is looking scary. Okay. Let's start over here. I'm pretty sure bad vibe is not correct. I think we can go ahead and take that out. And I think dreg is the set waste. And actually, no, because I think this is old. I do know that this is going to be ours. This might be loitered. I kind of like loitered better there because it looks a little bit better going across. Sumptuous. Disliking. Okay, so we've got a lot down here. This could be Creole. I think this is Sydney. Six figures. Something A. There's something wrong here. So I'm going to say dive bar is probably correct. So I'm pretty sure that I've got Meany correct. Einstein, I'm also not too sure about. Same with Duvet. But Entwine here. I also could see this being ant. Means this is probably incorrect. I do like OSSR there. USSR there. Fungi, maybe? No, because that's going to look. I'm going to get rid of all of this. So I think I'm basing a lot of this on Einstein and Surrey, and I should not be doing that. So it's starting to look like red wine down the bottom, and then tiki bar. Okay. Um, Mannequin? Could that be mannequin? Heineken. Maybe not ever. Give it that. Um, what is this? TV satire. They're ahead of those two. Something more. It's such a horrible looking plural. And then we need a vowel going across. Eaves. I think this is eaves. Endwise. I do think that this is actually, these were correct. This is creative, knit, and USSR. No, it's mulch. Mulch. Bed cover is in garden. Okay. Uh, don't sweat it. Don't something. Let's get rid of button up because I feel like that's not correct. Same with etude. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. I'm trying not to look at the across blue. This could be PCs. I just don't know the name of the who that is. This is weirdo. This is going to be night something. I almost want it to be nightlight, but it's not going to work. Wait, wield? No. This is the aughts. I never liked this solution. I think this is GHT. I think that we're going to see a lot of this. I think this is also going to be an HG. Mighty, Nighty Night, Light something, DNA bank. Except this is looking horrible. Like this could be, oh, Skyway. That's Skyway. And this is Areola. Nas, narrow. Okay, that works. Six figures say. Salary, high salary. No. Am I spelling Tegan wrong? Is that what's going on? I think I'm spelling Tegan wrong. Eight something. Eight-legged? That would have described spiders. Then this would be high salary. Would you look at that? Then this is not looking good at all. Bit of a deception of a slight. Okay, so that's going to help. Let's get rid of loiter because I think, oh, lightweight. That, yeah, immediately once I took that out, lightweight just popped right into mind. But then what is this? Jesus. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this because I think that that might be wrong. 88. Okay, so this is Stein. Would you look at that would be a site? This is probably size. Is this Samuel Sachs? Is that the first name of Sachs? That's going to be something ending with I. Texas T. I think this is actually Lux. Take these out. Satite, Alabas, and then not Inchu. And this is neutral. I see it. Um, it's all right. Okay, good. Is it? I guess it's an opera. I for some reason I didn't think it was an opera. I want to know if I don't think I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to take this one out. No, this is odds. They're spelling it A. This is so repress with up with a J in the penultimate letter. I gotta think that that's wrong. I gotta think that they're not correct here. If this were opera, this could be snap to typist for papers. So that would be that. Repress with up. Okay, so which words do I feel like are incorrect here? 22 is just a weird one, right? So is 19. It could be any two. So that is an alternative to anyway. And I like that because that's going to give me that. Maybe any day. Let's go Lorelei because I think that actually does one. Two. Oh, it's a sweet. It's a sweet. It's a sweet. On autopilot, maybe, and typist, and bottle up. That felt good. All right. All right. So taking a look at the crosses, bats in, I'll pass on auto. Neutrals, typist, Texas T, Theta, Moses, Tick, Lorelei, one of the Gilmore Girls, Psy, Eos, Ruggs, Size, Insubstantial, Grand Total, Evan Grand Piano, Don't Want the Bug Bug Fight, Nighty Night, Monet Paintings, Pedro Mejeres, Sis. All right. So having done that, I'm going to go ahead and pop out of here. Folks, thank you for watching if you're still there. Hello, anybody? I'm pretty happy with it. I really like the GHT staircases in here. Those are really cool.